Well, hello everybody, and thank you so much for logging on this evening to be able to chat to me live online from my home. So, what I thought I'd do is just talk you through a little bit about me and my story, and then I'm going to be open to answer any questions that you might have. Um, so essentially, my name is Claire Hallett-Walsh, and I am the person that you see on the Light Up Your Future page, posting about my life and what I'm doing and the business that I'm building, and the people that I'm helping and the people that I work with, etc. To give you a little bit of background about me, if you don't know anything about me already, I actually come from a corporate background. I worked in recruitment full time for many, many years. And I got to the point where the work that I was doing was becoming harder and harder, and I was having to put in more hours and earning less and less money. Then 4.5 years ago, I had my young twins, Amber and Oscar, girl and a boy. And that was kind of the straw that broke the camel's back, because I really had got to the point where I desperately wanted to find something that was more flexible to work around the children, but also to build a better income. That was so important to me. I was used to earning good money. I didn't want to be earning, just a few £100s a month. I needed an income to be replaced. So when they were just 10 months old, I joined the Forever business. And actually, I ended up just retailing for a couple of years, simply speaking to people, friends and family about their products. And I was earning probably about £600 a month. And then in 2014, in October, November time, I had a bit of an epiphany. I realised that I've been going to training days, I've been listening to the trainings, and I realised that actually I had this golden opportunity here. And if I just refocused on what I wanted to do with the business, I could build it and I could grow it and I could make a massive change to my life, which is what I first saw in the business. So I was a little bit of a slow starter. And when I actually got my head into the business, within 5 months, I times my income by 12. It took work, it took discipline, it took focus, and it took prioritising the Forever business opportunity. And in that short period of time, it has enabled me to move away from my corporate career. I spend time with the children. We get to go on holidays, some of which we are given because of the work that I've put in with Forever. And now my business with Forever means that I'm earning an income that outweighs anything I earn in the corporate field. It means that I've also qualified for incentives. We've just been to Johannesburg for an all expenses paid trip, which was just amazing. I've also got a trip that's coming up in September that I've qualified for as well. I was given an iPad last year, a suitcase. I'm also going on car plan, which means that Forever give me an extra £256 a month on top of my bonuses. You can buy a car, you can buy whatever you like with it. But what it has meant for me and my family is that I now have this life that I've always dreamt of having. And I just wanted to be on this call this evening and offer you the opportunity to ask me any questions that you felt you needed to get answered, and maybe you thought about getting in touch with me, but you simply just haven't done so yet. So I can see some of the questions are starting to come in already. And the first one I've got here is, do people ever fail in this business? Now, the Forever business is one where what you put in, you get out. Okay, so when you join the business and you've got your business owner box, if you don't do anything, you're not going to earn any money. It's as simple as that. But you have a huge amount of support and a huge amount of training from Forever to help you do that. So essentially, this business only works if you do. Nobody else. It only works if you do. So some people, if you want to call it fail, yes, they do, because they don't do the work. But if you want to put the work in, you can only succeed. So what happens when you get started? So if you decide that the Forever business is right for you, And obviously there's lots of information to see before you make that decision. The first thing that we would do is introduce you to some other groups on Facebook, which is for other business owners. They're support networks. They help with training, motivation, recognitions, car sharing to events, and they're global as well. So we can connect you around the world. Then we would give you some training pods to watch, which are just like little short videos to help you get up and running on what's to be expected. And then you'd have a little bit of homework to do before the first planning meeting. Now, the first planning meeting is usually about an hour to 90 minutes, which can be done on Skype or FaceTime or whatever platform that you have. And that planning meeting is all about you and what you want to achieve with the Forever business. So it's all about where you would like to go with the business, whether you would like to earn a few £100 a month, £1,000 a month, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000, 20,000. That plan is all about you. And then we will break it down into bite-sized chunks and get a realistic plan that's workable. And we go at your pace. So if you want to walk, I'll walk. If you want to run, I'll run with you. If you want to sprint, I'll sprint with you. So this is your business. I'm just here to help you. And I'll plug you into the trainings that are happening. And incidentally, that's a question that's coming up quite a lot in my chat box, is what happens with the training. There are lots of trainings that are available to everybody. Okay, so in terms of when you first get started in the business, the training will be one-to-one with myself or with your mentor. And we will do that on Skype and FaceTime to get you up and running. And then there are also webinars that you can log into. Some are either interactive and some are listening only. We have a lot of recorded stuff that we've already done that you can also listen to yourself. And they're usually, in the UK, they're usually when the children are in bed, 8, half 8 in the evening. So you can fuel yourself with this. And the interactive ones are great because you're going to be chatting to other business owners who are in exactly the same position as you. And then we also have live events that you can go to as well, which are dotted around the country. We car share, we hop in the cars together and share lifts and things. And then we have 4 success weekends a year, which are fantastically amazing. And these are where people are recognised for their achievements in Forever. They're inspirational, and you get to hear from other people just like myself, who are normal people from loads of different backgrounds, as to how they have built a business with Forever and what they've achieved. And that leads me on to the other question, actually, is what kind of experience do you need? You don't need any. I'm not bothered about what experience you have. I'm not bothered about whether you've worked in a corporate environment, whether you've just been a full-time mum all your life, or whether you have worked in a shop, or whether you're an accountant. I'm not bothered about that at all. But what I am bothered about is the type of person that you are. This business is a business. It needs to be treated as a business. If you treat it like a hobby, it will cost you money. Okay, so you need to have an understanding that by going into this, you need to treat it as a business, you need to dedicate time to it, and you need to prioritize it amongst your priorities. Okay, so what I am bothered about is the type of person that I work with, and that person has to be motivated, very self-motivated, have a really open and learning attitude, and be positive. You're going to get obstacles in this business. You're going to get some no thank yous and I'm not interested. You need to not worry about those things. You need to be very positive. And I'm bothered about having people to work with who are happy to set themselves big goals that really excite them, goals that make them think, do you know what, if I could achieve that, that would be amazing. Those are the kind of people that I'm bothered about working with. And don't get me wrong, if you want to earn £300-500 a month, I can help you do that too. And it's your reason why you want to do that is so important. Does that mean you can take the kids to Disneyland? Is that exciting enough for you? So, you don't need experience. You just need the right attitude and approach to this business. That is really, really important. So how much can you earn? People are asking me, how much can you earn? Well, this is the beauty of this business. You can set your own income. It's up to you. You can put the amount of time into the business that you want to, and you can set the income that you want to get out of the business. Now, realistically, if you want to earn £300 to £500 a month, you would be looking at putting in a few hours a week, but it needs to be consistent. You can't just work 3 hours in one day and then nothing for the rest of the week. There's a consistent approach in this. Retail, £300 to £500 a month is something that you can incorporate into your everyday life, and you need to get comfortable and happy speaking to people about the products and recommending them to people. So thinking about who you know that they could possibly help and just mentioning them to them. And don't forget, there's a 60-day money-back guarantee, so that's super simple. But if you don't tell people what you're doing and you don't use the products, then it's highly unlikely that you're going to be in a situation where you're going to be building an income. Okay, if you're looking at earning £1,000 or £2,000 a month, then this is where you're going to need to find 10 or 15 hours a week to work consistently. Okay, so a couple of hours in the evening when you finish work, got home, kids are in bed, done your dinner, sit down at your laptop, forget the TV, couple of hours in the evening, and I will help and coach you as to what you can do in that time to build that income. But what would an extra couple of grand a month mean to you in 4 or 5 months of working a couple of hours Monday to Friday in the evening, prioritizing forever potentially over some social occasions for you to be able to build that income? What kind of lifestyle would that give you? What options would that give you? What would that mean to you to have a couple of grand? Could you leave work? Could your husband leave work? Could you not return after maternity? Could you sack the boss? Have a holiday? Get that lovely car you've always dreamt of getting? Anything like that. And then there are bigger incomes. So, the 5, 10K plus. Don't get me wrong, you will need to work hard for these kind of incomes over a prolonged period of time. So you're looking at a good year to start to see those kind of incomes coming in. But it's only a year. And I work with people who in their corporate backgrounds are working full time, whether they're care workers or they work in a factory or they're an accountant or they're a banker, or a financial advisor that I worked with recently, and it means that you would just need to work hard. You're going to have to find the time, you're going to have to prioritize forever, and it is going to take some grafting for you to build that kind of income. But what would 5 grand a month mean to you? In a year's time when you're earning 5 grand a month, what would that mean to you? What would it mean? What would it enable you to do? What would 10 grand enable you to do? And I say these figures not to impress you or to make you think it's unreal, but because that is what I earn. And I work with people who earn a lot more than that, and I know what it's taken for me to build that kind of income. And it's hard work. And bear in mind, I've done this around a full-time career and very young twins. Now I don't have that full-time career because I don't need the income. But is it worth it? Hell yes, it is. It's amazing. And you can see from following me exactly what I'm able to do. And my husband gave up work at Christmas. He has a 6-figure income. So that was a big decision for us. But what it's meant is that we are much happier. My husband was in a role that he didn't enjoy, and he did it because of the finances and the income it was giving us. But now he doesn't need to do that anymore. So it's an amazing, amazing feeling. Okay, so how do you find customers? Well, if we look at the business model, I'll come back to the business model in a second, actually. So how do we find customers? So various different ways. It starts with you, it starts with the people that you know, and it starts with you using the products. You can't build this business unless you use the products. But the beauty of that is there is such a big range of products that you will naturally go towards the products that you know and that you start to love and that you enjoy, because we've got health and nutrition, we've got sports and mobility, we've got skincare and cosmetics, personal care, so stuff you'd use every day. We've got supplements, we've got weight management, we've got animals. So this is the beauty of this business. You can build it in any way, shape or form you want. And I work with people who literally deal with animals in the equine industry. or just health and nutrition or fitness experts. But it starts with you and using the products, and then it's simply recommending them to friends and family. One of the best ways to get started in the business when you join the business is to have what we call a business launch. And essentially that's saying to friends and family, really excited, just started a new business or a new venture, which is going to enable me to do X, Y, Z. I'm going to be launching it next week. I'd love it if you can come around for a glass of wine, cup of coffee, and I'll show you what I'm doing. Now, I would do those for you. So the first couple I'd do for you, they're super simple. Do them on Skype. They're great fun. If you're local and I come to your home, I'd sit on the floor and do them. But they're a great way to just start telling people what you're doing and showing people what you're doing. And it's not just about product sales, because you'll learn some stuff because you'll hear what I say. There'll be people there that'll be happy to buy the products because all we do is show them, and you'll be amazed at how many people feel they would benefit from our product range. There'll be people there that will be happy to show their friends and family what you're doing, and there'll be people interested in the business opportunity as well. We also have a group on Facebook, a weight management group with over 10,000 members, which you can add people to who you feel would be interested in that side of the business. And of course, that does a lot of the work for them because people are posting their testimonials and how they're getting on. We also do trial packs that you can leave with people for a few days. You can create groups on Facebook. If you want to, you can do events. You can go to networking groups, or you can simply use a lot of social media. So the world is your oyster. Whichever way, shape or form you wish to build your business, we can help you to do that. So how do you build bigger incomes is what people are asking me. So the business model with Forever is very, very simple. Okay. So the key is not to make it complicated, not to overcomplicate anything, because otherwise it's not duplicable. So as a network marketing company, essentially a network marketing company means that you distribute your products through a network of people. We don't stock them in shops or anything like that. And people like Richard Branson, Donald Trump, Steve Jobs, all these kind of people endorse our way of building a business. And actually the whole of the economy is going towards network marketing, and it turned over something like 131 billion last year. There are over 99 million people in this industry. A huge amount. You look at all the call centers that are disappearing, you look at all the jobs that are disappearing. This is the way the business is going. So that is the culture, and that's what happens. So it's like an army of people that are distributing the products for Forever. So part of our role as a business owner is to find them customers. And we do that by recommending the products to friends and family, using them ourselves, and sharing the business opportunity. And it's as simple as that. And how many people do you know who are like us, would like an extra income, or to leave their job, or a better life, or more time with the kids, or just more time? Those are the kind of people that can help Forever to distribute their products. And in turn, we help them to achieve their dreams. You're going to achieve yours. And that's how simple the business model is. Someone's asking me, they don't know if they've got the confidence to do this. And, it's funny enough, I really know how you feel, because when I started the business, I was so worried about that. I felt exactly the same way, because I'd had my confidence knocked a little bit out, and I had the stuffing knocked out of me. So I know how you feel, because I felt exactly the same way. But what I found was there is so much support, and because Forever have got the gold for investors in people, they've got the gold award for investors in people, you've got a huge amount of support and a huge amount of hand holding. There's lots of training that you can plug yourself into, but the key is you would need to have a desire to build your confidence. You'd need to have a desire to want to do this business, because whichever way you look at it, there are going to be times when you go out your comfort zone. That's just the way it works. Because everything you need is out your comfort zone. Otherwise, you would have it already. This is a different way of working. It's something you need to learn. So you need to have a very learning, open attitude. That's really key. But it's an amazing business. It's an amazing business, and it's a very rewarding business. So other questions that I'm being asked, if you start the business and you just don't think it's for you, are you tied in? No, you're not. No. And a lot of my customers join the business purely to get the discount. They get the discount once they've got their business owner box. So you can stop at any point in time. That's absolutely fine. And a lot of my customers join and they just buy their own products when they want them. So because they get the discount. And incidentally, another question I've been asked is, does it cost anything? The only investment we require with Forever is your time. But if you decide that this business is right for you, then we would expect you to invest in some products, because without trying them and without knowing how they work, there wouldn't be a business here for you anyway. The best way to get started in the business is to get our business owner box. Now, our business owner box gives you a cross-section of all our most popular products. There's about 22, I believe, in the box. It gives you all your promotional literature, gives you all your welcome pack, your book that Dr. Atherton wrote. It gives you everything that you need to build a business anywhere in the world. Now, for a business opportunity, that box is £199.75. Absolute no-brainer to me. A couple of £100 to build a business, and with the income opportunities that Forever have, 5, 10, 20 grand plus, even if it's just a few £100s a month, I think that is just amazing. And also, by working with me, you will get that £200 back within your first couple of weeks anyway, because of the activity we put in place, and you're able to earn money straight away. Once you've got your business owner box, you immediately get a 35% discount on the products. And that leads me on to the next question, is how do you get paid? So you get paid in 5 different ways. First of all, you have the retail. So the way that you get paid in retail is you get a 30% discount on all the products. So if someone gives you, for argument's sake, £50 for some products, you order them at 30, that £20 change is yours to keep. That's your money. Okay. If you also have a personal bonus, which starts at 5%, goes up to 8, then 13, then 18. And that also means that you get a higher discount on the product. So it's either 35, 38, 43 or 48. You also have a team building bonus. So when you start to build a team, you will get the difference between your personal bonus and their personal bonus. So if your personal bonus is 13 and theirs is 5, you'll get an 8% bonus on their business. And their entire volume of business contributes to your volume of business, which is how you move up the marketing plan. You also get a one-off payment each time you help someone get started in the business, and that starts at £39 per person and goes up to £64. And then you can also qualify for an end-of-year bonus, which we call the chairman's bonus. And that's when Rex puts aside an amount of money for profit. He puts aside an amount of profit, and this year in Johannesburg it was $26.5 million American dollars, and the checks start at around $2,000 and go up to over $1 million. It's very inspiring and very amazing to see people taking home checks of over $1 million, and they are people who have worked their butts off. So it does not come that easily. But as you start to build a team, that's how all your income starts to come in. And one of the main positions that most people work towards is what we call a manager. And a manager position is where you will typically have about 15 to 25 people in your team, and you'll be earning about £1,000 to £2,000 a month. So I think I probably covered most of your questions. Do I enjoy it? Yes, I love it. I do. And it doesn't bother me to sit and do some work in the evenings when the kids are in bed, to live the life that I can, spend the time with them, pick them up at school, go on holiday, have more travel, treat my mum and dad, you know, all those kind of things. Yes, it is 100% worth it. It takes work. You need to have the right work ethic. You need to come into this business with your eyes open. You can't come in giving it a go. It won't work. You've got to come in here with all guns blazing and want to work hard in the time that you have, and be open to learning, be happy to plan and happy to get stuck in. But of course, my job is to help you, and I'm very happy to do that. So I'd like to say a huge, huge thank you to everybody who has listened to me this evening. And if anybody has not seen our full business presentation, which is 45 minutes long, and it will just give you all the nuts and bolts. Now, I know I've covered quite a bit with my questions, but I think it's important that you see this because you will see stories from other people as well. Please just send me a message. Let me know if you'd like to view it. And I look forward to working with you in the future. Thank you again. Bye-bye.